Hello. I know I discussed this before in a different way. Um, like, for instance, your clothes. You know, people make your clothes. Most of it's made in Vietnam, Indonesia, and places like that. And even your high end Italian stuff is made in Vietnam. They just put a label on it and charge you two, 3,000 more than what it's worth, percent more than what it's worth. But that's not the issue, and that's not why I'm making this video. This message is about that these people that make your clothes, and not only clothes, but I'm sick of the clothes because you wear the clothes. You put them on your body, and these people that make your clothes, they're sweatshops. They're children making your clothes. There are tortured souls that are making your clothes. I mean, they're not well treated. They're not well paid. They're basically slaves making clothes for slaves. Uh, they never see you. They never meet you. They don't know you exist. But their life is horrible. You wouldn't live it for 1 minute before you'd be on a plane leaving. uh, but I just want to say, all that misery, all that evilness comes through the clothes. Uh, it attaches itself like an entity to the clothes. Now, that translates into how you feel when you wear the clothes. Now, a lot of us feel good when we try on a new outfit, new shirt, new pair of pants, new pair of shoes, new jacket. We feel good. But it's not long after that that we're like, how much did this cost? You know, and the fun is gone. And that's because the entity has taken over. And I know I'm talking spiritual stuff and what some of you will call crazy stuff, but it's real. Uh, and it's not just clothes. I'm using clothes as a metaphor, but I'll use another metaphor is, you remember your grandmother made you a blanket? She spent hours and hours and days and weeks and maybe months making this blanket for you, or blanket for your baby, or a, a wool hat for your baby, or it was made with love, and she wasn't tortured. She wasn't a slave. She made it out of the love of her heart. She didn't charge you anything for it. Uh, and when you sleep with that blanket, you feel good. You feel safe. You feel loved. It's not the same thing that you feel when you get a package from a Chinese company or a Thai or a Vietnam company or something. And you don't throw away that blanket. You probably still have the blanket you made 30 years ago. You have it somewhere. You may not use it, but you have it. You don't have anything you bought from China 40 years ago. I can promise you that. So that's the difference. And that's why I'm making the video. But the same translation can be used on food. What you think of McDonald's when you buy a McDonald's hamburger? as to when your mother makes you a hamburger at home. Now I know when we were kids, mom would say, "Oh, I'll take you home and I'll make you a hamburger. I'll make you a McDonald's hamburger." And you're like, "No, no, 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 it's not McDonald's. I don't want your hamburger." And you would fight with her because you wanted McDonald's, but you were a kid. And McDonald's back then was a treat. It was like maybe once a week you had McDonald's, if that. Now it's like it's a daily meal. You have McDonald's breakfast, and then you have McDonald's dinner, and then it goes on. And it's not just McDonald's. So, but there's no love in a McDonald's, anything. Um, it's slop. It's put together like slop. It's sold like slop, and you eat it like slop. So you get where I'm going. When you're home. I mean, the other day I made a ribeye steak, and I made a asparagus and mushrooms, all homemade. You know, and I was eating it here, and my roommate came in and said, "Oh, gourmet dinner." I'm like, "Yeah, I made it myself. It's a great dinner." And you don't get that at McDonald's, you know. And when your mother makes it for you, she makes it with love. Mothers love feeding their children if they're a good mother. My mother hated it because my mother wasn't a good mother. But mothers love feeding their children and or their husband, and they make their food with love. And it translates through the food into your gut, into your heart, into your soul. And when you go to McDonald's, there's no gut, there's no heart, there's no soul. You get sick, you die younger, and you wonder why. Um, you know, it's just entities know how to attach to the people in McDonald's are not, again, they're like Vietnamese people making clothes. They're not happy people. They're not well paid. They work tremendous hours. They're under tremendous pressure to get things done fast. The guy at the drive-thru wants his burger in 36 seconds, and it's not love. It's not good. And entities know how to, evil entities know how to attach to those people, and it attaches to those people because it can attach to the food which you ingest or the clothes which you put on. So, and it goes even further. Your elected officials, the entities attached to those people. You vote for them. They make laws that the entity wants that hurt you. And I don't think I have to go far to explain who did that the most in the last year, that made laws that hurt you or did things that hurt you. And you voted for them. So, and I don't think not just one person, it's everybody in the government. It's just like the people at McDonald's or in Vietnam. They're susceptible. They're there for a reason. They're doing that job. They're doing it for a reason. And the entities know it, and they attach themselves to it. Now, why do you think all these millionaires are on Epstein's list? Because the entities attached to them. They put them in that position to be billionaires, to be millionaires. They put them in that position so they could attach them and have the effect that they've had, which is being on the Epstein list and affecting if they're on the Epstein list and they're raping children, you think they're a good CEO? You think they're good to their employers, the employees, good to their customers? I don't think so. So it's a ripple effect. and that's what they go for. But they got to get the billionaire in place, and then it ripples out. And that's they get the slave labor in Vietnam. They make the clothes, and it ripples out because you give those clothes to other people. They go into many hands before they get to you, and it has a chilling effect on you. And McDonald's and Taco Bell and Chick-fil-A and all those are going to have a horrible time on your body. You eat that food, you know, you're looking to go to the doctor. And if you ate the gourmet dinner that I ate, you won't go to the doctor. Even though I am going to the doctor tomorrow, but you know, but I'm not dead. I'm in good shape. I feel good. I don't feel in any way bad. When I used to live off McDonald's, which I did for a while, I felt horrible. I felt totally horrible. And that's why I don't do it anymore. I realized what was causing it, you know. And when I go to the mall, I don't buy from, I'm not saying you have to buy from Neiman Marcus or Macy's or anything like that. Primark is definitely Vietnam clothes, China clothes, but you know, it's hard with the clothes because the clothes are everywhere. It's not like the food. You can go to the supermarket. You can't really buy clothes that aren't made in Vietnam and China because that's where it's all made. Thailand, all those kinds of places. And it's where it's all made. So it's hard to, that's why I brought up grandma's blanket because grandma's blanket wasn't made in Thailand. And so it's hard. I know it's hard, but we do what we can, right? You got to do what you can. And if you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it for you.